Days rolled by, steady and sure, until the autumn harvest crept up almost unnoticed. This year, Heavy Mountain Town basked in perfect weather, blessing the fields with bounty. By early October, the autumn harvest wrapped up, and a dozen D-Clan youngsters rolled into Yinghe Fort. 3 folks from 3rd Master Lewis's crew tagged along too. In the official study, Mr. M sat at the tea table with 3rd Master Lewis and Troy Lewis. Over the past year, Troy Lewis had shot up in height, but that old soul look of his still tickled Mr. M something fierce. "The shop in Ningzhou City's all yours now. You can head there whenever you're ready," Mr. M said. He pulled out a title deed and slid it over to 3rd Master Lewis. It wasn't Mr. M's deed, mind you. 3rd Master Lewis had paid the silver for it fair and square. 3rd Master Lewis gave it a quick once-over, then passed it to Troy Lewis. Troy studied it like it was a treasure map, peering at it forever before folding it shut. What a pair, this father and son. The grown-up acted like he didn't have a care in the world. The kid carried on like a pint-sized lord, all serious and stiff. "Thank you, sir, for your help," Troy Lewis said, lifting his little face with grave sincerity. Mr. M turned to 3rd Master Lewis, chatting about Ningzhou City's latest goings-on. Over in the backyard room, things were quieter. Lewis Lynn sat on the dirt bed, clutching Nicole Lewis's hand. She looked her up and down, noting her rosy cheeks and bright eyes. "Your father-in-law hasn't given you a hard time, has he?" Lewis Lynn asked, needing to hear it straight. Nicole Lewis blinked, puzzled. But then it clicked. "Father-in-law's swamped with yamen business all day. He barely pokes his nose into the inner house. No one here's turned their nose up at me. Father-in-law, my sisters-in-law, they're all so kind." "And what about Mr. 3rd D?" Lewis Lynn pressed, curious. Nicole Lewis's cheeks went rosy, and she said shyly, "My husband's good to me too." That bashful glow told Lewis Lynn everything. She could finally relax. Harmony's what matters most. "Mother, father-in-law says D family men can't take concubines till they're 30 and childless." Nicole Lewis added. Lewis Lynn's eyes widened, blinking fast as she stared at her daughter. "Really now?" "It's father-in-law's rule. If anyone dares take a concubine or keeps a mistress, he'll break their leg." "Then you've got to make the most of it," she said, with a wink. "Best if you give the D family a little one next year." Nicole Lewis ducked her head, cheeks flaming with shy delight. She was still a fresh young bride, after all. Meanwhile, Mr. First D and Winston Lane bustled about, setting up spots for over a dozen D-Clan youngsters. When those kids rolled into Yinghe Fort, their eyes sparkled with excitement and big dreams. "These houses are yours from now on," Mr. First D said, showing them around. "The bedding's fresh bought, and there's clothes in the cupboards. Use whatever you need. For meals, I'll send some over the next couple days. Once you get the lay of the fort, you'll cook for yourselves." Mr. First D led them to their new digs, laying it all out clear and careful. "Oh, Brother First D, can you take us around Yinghe Fort?" Hunter D asked, eyes shining with eagerness. "Absolutely," Mr. First D said with a grin. So off they went, traipsing around Yinghe Fort with Mr. First D as their guide. Truth be told, Yinghe Fort wasn't much to gawk at. In size or bustle, it couldn't hold a candle to Anningtown. But it had one thing going for it: soldiers everywhere. Especially the cavalry. "Brother, can we be cavalry?" Hunter D asked, voice brimming with hope. Mr. First D shook his head, honest as ever. "I don't know that one. Where you end up depends on Father's plans. But if you want to ride, come find me. I've got a horse farm at home." They'd all grown up roughhousing together, and Mr. First D was thrilled to see them. He was itching to take them out for some fun. The next day, Mr. M carved out time to meet these young kin. Then he handed them off to Victor D for the real work. Now they wanted army posts, official roles. They'd need proper skills first. How to read the beacon fires, how to catch the whistle signals, scout gestures, flag codes, horseback riding, all of it had to be learned. Frontline tactics, team drills, they'd soak that up too. And on top of it all, they had to read and write. Mr. M swung by the shogunate for a visit. "What's on your mind?" Lucy asked, brushing a stray hair from her forehead. "How's it looking with the Donghai Fox tribe this year?" Mr. M asked. Winter was creeping closer. If those Fox folks planned a border raid, they'd be gearing up now. "They're not likely to move," she said thoughtfully. "That fight at Heavy Mountain Pass bloodied them bad. They can't tangle with us anytime soon." "Still, we've got to stay sharp." Mr. M nodded. That lined up with his own hunch. "There's also the matter of pay and silver," Mr. M added. "Go grab it from the fund stash yourself," Lucy said with a brisk wave. Mr. M grinned. He loved how straight to the point Lucy was. Ever since she took over as Jianingwei's general, life for the soldiers had brightened up. Say what you will, but pay rolling out full and on time kept the troops from grumbling. "Anything else on your mind?" Lucy asked, her eyes flicking to the wooden box beside Mr. M. Mr. M swung the box open and pulled out 3 thick books. "These are the training manuals I've been working on," he said, handing them over. Crafting this trainer's manual turned out tougher than he'd figured. The books covered a ton, some parts tailored to Darong's ways. Soldier picks, unit setups, flag signals, gold drums, gear, military manners, infantry drills, all in there. Then there was the chunk he'd cooked up from modern know-how. Take special forces. He laid out how to train them up for sneaky jobs like ambushes, assassinations, kidnappings, rear-line scouting, and intel grabs. Then, medical troops, battlefield first aid, and patching up the wounded. Even spycraft got a look in. He made a big deal about soldiers learning to read, too. Learning lifts folks up. It sounded like sappy soup from his past life. Lucy cracked the first book open and dove in, her eyes tracing the pages. The early stuff didn't faze her. She'd seen most of it before, just not so neatly laid out. But when she hit the second volume, her face tightened and her heart kicked up a storm. That one kicked off with special forces, training warriors into a crack team for shadowy missions. Harassment, throat cutting, snatch and grabs, enemy line peeks, intel theft, you name it. Sure, they had scouts, assassins, and secret guards in Darong already. The secret guard pulled off similar stunts plenty of times, but Mr. M's version? It was sharp, organized, a proper system. An hour ticked by, and Lucy finally skimmed through the whole trainer's manual. "Think we can train up these special forces?" she asked, hooked on the idea. "Here's how I see these special forces. Not just regular pawns, but tight little crews of warriors, maybe even acquired realm ones. Keep the numbers small, 10 or so, each with their own trick up their sleeve. They'd tackle all sorts of jobs, assassinations, poisonings, kidnappings, sneaking in, swiping key intel, you name it. Building special forces here couldn't just mimic the old world's playbook, not with warriors in the mix. Martial arts flipped everything Mr. M knew on its head, so he'd wrestled with a heap of details for this trainer's manual." Lucy Clerk listened close, her mind churning over Mr. M's words. Then, out of nowhere, she piped up, "This sounds like Secret Guard's Bloodblade." "What Bloodblade?" Mr. M's eyebrows shot up, surprise flashing across his face. Lucy rubbed her teacup, eyes locked on Mr. M like twin lanterns. "Secret Guard's Bloodblade. It's buried deep inside the Secret Guard." Mr. M's expression twitched. He was starting to piece it together. This Bloodblade sounded like a shadow of his special forces, doing the Emperor's dirty work on the sly. Lucy mulled it over, flipping through the book again, then sighed. "Such a shame." "What's a shame?" Mr. M pressed, curious. Lucy's voice turned firm. "Scrap this volume." Mr. M froze, a chill running through him. She meant the Special Forces section, no question. And why ditch it? Bloodblade. That name alone carried a dangerous edge. Even Lucy couldn't dodge its shadow. "Got it," Mr. M said, no hesitation. He snatched the book back, ripped out the Special Forces volume right then and there, and held it to the flame in front of Lucy. As the pages curled and burned, Mr. M's eyes flickered with a storm of feelings. He'd been a bit cocky, hadn't he? Thought tossing these ideas out would earn him some praise, maybe a perk or two. But some things, they're untouchable. Sure, the book didn't name the Bloodblade outright, but his special forces echoed it too close for comfort. Taizu had built the Bloodblade, a razor-sharp tool that carved his empire. Lucy hadn't spelled it out, but Mr. M figured it'd been Taizu's ace, racking up wins for the dynasty's birth. So what was Mr. M doing? Scribbling this down? Handing the world a blueprint to whip up a new Bloodblade? "Even without that volume, this is still a gem," Lucy said, voice steady. "I'm really taken with it." Stepping out of the shogunate, Mr. M felt a chill. Secret Guard, Bloodblade, Darong's Taizu, names that loomed like storm clouds. He couldn't touch them, couldn't even whisper them without risking everything. Mr. M let out a shaky breath, muttering to himself, "No more old world tricks, not even a hint in my words." In the study, Lucy Clerk's eyes landed on eunuch Larkin, Hans Larkin, and her face frosted over. "What are you doing here?" she asked. "I'm here for Mr. M," Hans Larkin said. "What for?" Lucy asked, a flicker of something odd crossing her eyes. "You don't need the details," Hans Larkin said. "I want him as a guard in Anyuan City." Lucy stared, her mind spinning like a top. How could Mr. M be tangled up with this guy? No, that didn't add up. Mr. M wouldn't be linked to this snake. "Does Titus Lewis know about this?" she asked, probing. "Of course," Hans Larkin said, leaning back in his chair. "I've got no say in shuffling officials around Heavy Mountain Town." Back after the Linguin Fort battle, she'd wanted Mr. M as Rui State City's guard. But Titus Lewis had shot her down, spinning a solid excuse. Mr. M had only just hit 1,000 household rank last year. Now, though, it clicked. Hans Larkin was the puppet master behind it. "Secret Guard's claws are stretching too far, reaching right into my turf," Lucy snapped. "What's up with Mr. M?" she asked. "Nothing's up. He's useful to me," Hans Larkin replied. Finally, it clicked for Lucy. Mr. M wasn't Secret Guard's man. Hans Larkin just wanted him as a tool for their mission. But that didn't ease her mind one bit. Getting tangled with Hans Larkin was no picnic. A few days later, she rode into Ying Fort. Mr. M blinked in surprise when he saw her. Lucy waved him off. "Show me around the castle." Mr. M nodded and led her through Ying Fort. The tidy houses, spotless streets, and buzzing market caught her eye. She'd always known Mr. M had talent, but now? She realized she'd underestimated just how good he was. But now, Lucy Clerk couldn't keep such a talent under her wing anymore. "Let's head back to the Yamen and talk," she said, her voice flat with disinterest. "Here's your order," she said, sliding an official document his way. Mr. M, bewildered as he unfolded it. The text sang his praises. Mr. M, 1,000 Household Defense Officer of Yinghe Fort, diligent and devoted. For his service, a 2-rank jump and the title of co-advisor at Songzhou Guard. Destination, Anyuan City, effective immediately. "What's this about?" Mr. M asked, frowning deep. "It's Changping Marquise's call," Lucy said, keeping it short. She didn't drop Hans Larkin's name. Secret Guard ties meant she couldn't spill unless Hans Larkin did first. But she leaned in, voice low. "When you get to Anyuan City, watch your step." Mr. M's confusion doubled. "General Lucy, what's really going on here?" "Just be careful," she managed, her tone heavy. Mr. M's gut sank seeing her like this. He'd never caught Lucy so cornered, so torn. What about Yinghe Fort? Truth be told, Mr. M cared more about this place than whatever waited in Anyuan City. He'd poured over a year into Yinghe Fort, sweat and heart shaping it into something real. Now, just as it started to shine, he had to leave. If some new defense officer took over, all his hard work might unravel in a blink. And his horse farm, still rooted here. This twist came out of nowhere. He wasn't ready at all. Lucy Clerk mulled it over. "Let Tristan D step in as defense officer for now," she said. If Tristan took over, he'd stick to Mr. M's playbook, keeping all that effort from going to waste. "Want to take some of your crew along? Your juniors are sharp. Could use them in Anyuan City," Lucy asked. Mr. M shook his head. "No need. They've got their own paths to carve. They'll have to walk 'em solo from here on out." They weren't his house servants. He couldn't drag them around forever. Besides, he wasn't empty-handed. The new batch of D-Clan kids still needed slots. He'd take them to Anyuan instead. "Fair enough," Lucy said. "If you hit trouble later, come find me." For a year and a half, Lucy had had his back, always there, quick to help. A boss like that? Hard to walk away from. After seeing Lucy off in the study, Mr. M wrestled with what to do about the horse farm. Without him, the spring water boost would fade. It'd just be a regular setup. "Father, you wanted me?" Mr. First D asked, breaking the silence. "Yeah," Mr. M said, looking up. "I've been promoted." Mr. First D's mouth hung open, his eyes wide as he stared at Mr. M in shock. "Over the next couple days, get the horse farm ready to hand over to Harry Kane," Mr. M instructed. "Then head to Anyuan City. Scope it out for me. Take Theo Ding with you, and let Hunter D pick a few others to tag along. Keep a low profile when you get there. Don't flash your name around. Dig into the officials at every level, ask questions, get the lay of the land. Anyuan City was a big deal. A state hub with a garrison, a government office, a military reserve, and a patrol division. Mr. M would have to tangle with those yamen eventually. Better to know the score ahead of time. "Oh," Mr. First D said again, still half stunned. Mr. M didn't know whether to laugh or groan. This goofy son of his. Mr. M shooed him off, tired of watching him flounder. Mr. First D was over the moon, shocked and thrilled all at once. "Father's promoted," he hollered, bolting to the backyard to spread the word. Cheers and gasps erupted back there in no time. They didn't know the storm Mr. M might be heading into, just pure joy for his climb. For a while, Mr. M's promotion was the talk of every corner in the fort. A step up was good news, no question. Folks cheered for him, though a few worries lingered. The regular military households felt it deepest. Before Mr. M came, their days were grim. After, they'd bloomed. They knew exactly what he'd brought them, and they held his character in high regard. But losing him? That scared them stiff. What if things slid back to the old hard times? No one's sure who started it. Some soldier from the ranks, probably. Next thing you know, a crowd swelled up in front of the government office. The sky hung gray and heavy, casting a gloom over the crowd outside the government office. They stood there, eyes fixed on the study's window, silent. No shouts, no fuss, just watching. Mr. M chuckled, bright and reassuring. "Ease your minds, folks. After I'm gone, Deputy 1000 Household Tristan D will step in as defense officer. He'll look out for you, just like I have." Then he added, "And he'll lead you into battle like I did too." War and loss, they were the unshakable fate of border towns and military families. Mr. M had done plenty for them, but it came at a cost. Loved ones lost. If he'd never come, some timid officer might have hunkered down in Yinghe Fort, dodging fights. Maybe then, fewer would have died. His victories? They were paid for in their blood. The soldiers all knew Tristan D. Yinghe Fort wasn't so big that he was a stranger. Heads nodded. They'd see him around plenty. But off to the side, Tristan D stood slack-jawed. Me, a defense officer? Rest easy, Mr. M went on, voice firm. Even when I leave, Yinghe Fort stays in my heart. And don't forget General Lucy. Things are different now. With her around, I reckon your days'll just keep getting better. He poured calm into his words, soothing the military households.